Hi everyone, my name is Molly Tipping and I am a Feldenkrais practitioner working in Perth, Western Australia. Today I just want to introduce just a quick little concept that is really quite profound, and you can sometimes need time with this, and it can be really good to do this in kind of consultation with a practitioner. But I just wanted to throw this out there for you to start to kind of really start kind of welcoming into your experience. And that is that we can get really clear instructions, really clear feedback from our bodies that form kind of really useful information about when we feel comfortable with something and when we don't feel comfortable. And this is really good when we're in those conversations around consent, or we're just in kind of conversations around, should I take that job? Should I go out for coffee with that person? What should I do today? Should I have a rest? These kinds of things that are sort of the kinds of questions that are in our lives over and over and over and over again. And if we use a lot of cognitive power, like we're constantly thinking about, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, we could actually convince ourselves pretty much of anything. But it doesn't have any connection necessarily to the body, to whether we have the energy for that, to whether we have the resources for that, to whether it's something that actually we feel safe and comfortable to be able to do. And so when we are in this process of considering offers or considering what we will and won't do, the thinking processes are absolutely, part of that experience, but they must be tempered, or they must be included in the somatic experience of what our body is saying. Because if I feel comfortable in my body, I am going to be able to think more clearly. I'm going to be more emotionally reversible and resilient in that situation because my body will be grounded. I will have an easy breath. I will be able to move. And all of those things will allow me to turn up to that experience and be fully present for it. So this is a little practice we want to cultivate, is building up the capacity to sense in our bodies when it is a no. So to start with, let's just get comfortable in our chair. Just adjust your bottom, adjust your back, adjust your shoulders, and just check if you've got tension around your eyes or your mouth or your tongue, around the shoulder blades, around the belly and the chest, where you think, actually there's a bit of tension there. And you go, okay, can you get a sense of the weight of your body, how it's resting on the earth, and can you get a sense of the space that you're in? You can see it. You can hear the little sounds inside and outside of the room. You've got a sense of the warmth of your body, the feeling of the clothing on your skin. So you're really present to this moment. So we want to start with this kind of exploration around, when does my body say yes? And when does my body say no? When do I feel tension creep into my body or burst into my body, that there's just this resistance? I hold my breath, I drop my eyes, I pull back, my throat clamps up, my feet feel like they kind of go floppy. What are the feelings that we have in our body when we recognize, no, I don't want to do that. That doesn't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel safe. I'm just not interested. And when is it that we feel in our bodies a kind of yes, a kind of opening, a warming, expansive, the eyes get soft and they move a little bit, and the tongue is soft and the mouth is ready to open and laugh and smile? So I'm just going to kind of put out a few little ideas, but you're welcome to use any ideas that you have. You can kind of do this on your own without me. If you have a journal, or you have a little bit of paper or pen, or even your phone, you might like to jot a few things down, but otherwise just keep the feelings kind of present, and you'll learn really quickly what it is that feels like a yes and that it feels like a no. Okay, so to start with, I am going to offer you the option to have someone else do your work for the week. So you just get a week to just rest or to do whatever you like. I'm going to take away cooking, cleaning. I'm going to take away the gardening. I'm going to take away social responsibilities that you don't want to do. I'm going to take away work that is hideous. You can do any of the work that you love. I'm going to take away all the boring bits of the week. Just notice as I say that which things are popping into your mind that you go, oh yes, I'd happily give that up, and I'd happily give that up, but I don't want to give that up. But I'm going to offer you this experience where actually you get to rest. So just get a sense of how that feels in your body. Is that a kind of sense of giving up tension? Breath gets easier. Maybe you just feel a little calmer. Feel a little more weight in the ground. Maybe it's a sort of sense of relief. Oh, thank goodness. I really didn't want to go out to that coffee day. I really didn't want to have to do that job. And then, what about if I said, I'd like to offer you a job, and it's something that you've been wanting to do for a really long time, and I'm going to pay you a full wage to do this job, but I'm going to let you do it the way you would like to. So actually I'm giving you permission to do the thing you want. I'm going to provide the people. I'm going to provide the venue. I'm going to provide all the things you need. You just tell me what you need, and I will make this happen, and I will give you the money. Whatever the money is that is the right amount for you to do this job. More than that. So I have an offer for you. Just notice how your body changes and the thoughts that come to mind of, oh, I'd really love to do that. I'd love to put on a big party. I'd love to do this workshop where we just focus on these really small things that matter to me. Notice in your body the feeling of, yes, I'd love to run a workshop. I'd love to spend some time working on a novel, or whatever it is that you go, actually that's what I'd really like to do. And where you feel that, maybe in the muscles of the face or the eyes, the mouth, the breath, the weight. And then I'm going to just give a few different things, and we'll just see what kind of elicits a visceral kinesthetic response. So I have for you a delicious plate of fried cockroaches. And you might feel a pulling in the tummy, a kind of looking away, a throat closing up, and you go, oh, no. I would like to offer you the opportunity to go swimming in this place that's notoriously bad for shark attacks. I think it'll be super fun. So you just see if that's something where you go, actually, yeah, I really love snorkeling, scuba diving. That's a yes. I don't mind sharks. I'll just punch them in the nose. Or it's a no. I don't like sharks. I don't like water. I don't like the cold. I don't like the ocean. And where is that no? Where do you feel it? Maybe in the hands. Maybe the head is moving. Maybe the eyes are fixing. We're going to do a nude photo shoot. And then we're going to put it up on the Instagram, because you get a lot of likes when you have nude photos on Instagram. Or we won't have them totally nude, because actually that's maybe not going to be allowed to stay up. But actually we're going to just do a scantily clad photo shoot. And we're going to post them all over the internet. Notice how you feel. Again, that might be a yes. It might be a maybe. It might be a definitive no. Explore for a moment, kind of even just throwing up different ideas for yourself. What is a no? And what is a yes? And can you feel it in your body? Is it something you go, oh, wow, yeah, I can really feel that no. I can really feel that yes of like, yes, that's great. So love to do that. But you want to get clear on what is a no and what is a yes. So start with those larger kinds of things. And you'll start to recognize, you know what, I just don't want to go out to that party this weekend. I'm tired and I want to stay home. I just don't want to hook up with this person. I don't really like them in the way they like me. I would really like to take that job. Yeah. I feel a bit nervous about it, but my body is moving me forward toward it, and that nervousness is because it's new, and I'm going to support myself in this new venture because my body is saying yes. So often we feel that it's a no. Our body says no, and then we say yes. Because it's good for our career, or because we should do it, because other people will be happy if we do it. But then we're in conflict because our body is saying, no, I'm too tired. No, I don't enjoy this experience. I just feel so hypervigilant in that space. It is so unpleasant. I don't feel like I have any resources to connect with, to be in this space. And the more that we keep putting ourselves in spaces where our body is saying no, we are overriding this physical intelligence, and our body will only get louder. It will start to scream at us, and the little feeling of caution turns into anxiety, turns into panic, and before you know it, you can't sleep, you can't think, your body is so tense, you're in pain, you've got massive digestive problems. How many other things are going to be having to be added to this experience because you aren't paying attention to the no in those early phases? So you want to really get clear on no. Oh, it's a no. It's just a no. And if someone invites you over for a cup of tea and you go, actually, it's a no. I don't want to come because I just need the weekend to myself. But you really value that friendship. Well, then you could say, hey, listen, can I come during the week? Could I come next weekend? You can say no to that moment, but yes to another option. And if you're not sure, you can try little elements of no. Let's say you're working in a job, or you're on a board and you think, I just don't think I should be here. Then you could maybe leave a little early or miss one meeting and just see if you can kind of get a sense of, oh yeah, actually, I think this is a no. And then you can slowly, in ways that are really respectful for everybody involved, you can slowly find your way to that eventually being a no, that you're no longer going to be doing that. It might be a relationship with your partner or with your children where you have said yes for many, many years, and so it's expected that this is what you do. But really, you just don't want to do that anymore. You don't like it. Maybe you never liked it, but you said yes, kind of just out of habit. Slowly weaning yourself off, slowly finding little ways and saying, hey, can you pick up the kids? Could you cook dinner tonight? Could you help the kids with their homework? Could we go on holidays to this venue instead of this one? Instead of camping, could we stay in a cabin? Maybe you've said no and it hasn't worked, but the more that you honour, this is just a no, I don't like camping. I just don't like it. Maybe we can find a happy medium. I don't want to eat meat anymore. I don't want to drink alcohol anymore. I want to take up dancing. anything that you feel that you start to recognize, oh, this is just what I want to do, then it can just be chipped away at really, really slowly so that you can adjust and so that others can adjust, but that you start honoring what your body is telling you and you start living that yes and no clarity. So just check in. Notice your bodily responses to things. When someone sends you a text message and invites you to something, take a moment to pause and notice what you feel in your body. If you say yes, then you think, oh no, I should have said no. Then you can write back and say, hey, listen, I'm really sorry. I've just said yes, but actually, really, I think I'm overcommitted. I'm so sorry. It needs to be a no. I can't come. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to have that habitual yes response and then later on go, actually, I've just felt in my body that is a definite no. And so I then can either turn up knowing that in that moment I've, maybe not been honouring my experience, or I could actually modify, look, I'm going to come, but I'm going to leave early. Or you can even say, hey, listen, I just said yes. And actually, I can't do this. And I'm really, really sorry, but I can't say yes to that. And then, of course, we can qualify with saying, but I would love to do something else with you at another time. So spend time really honouring your yeses and honouring, in particular, your nos. If something is a maybe, let it be a no until you get clear about what the yes is. Spend time cultivating that feeling and then give yourself permission to learn to say no in ways that are respectful, in ways that honour the invitation. And let it be something that everybody takes time to get used to. You'll find you go from people being shocked that you haven't accepted that invitation to just being really comfortable. Oh, that person just doesn't like drinking, or that person just doesn't like going to the beach. It's not a big deal. We'll all adjust. The last thing is, if I give myself permission to say no, I have to give permission to other people to say no to me. And that means that if I invite them over to see me and they're feeling tired and they say no, that I honour that and be like, yeah, great, you don't have to come over because I love you and I'd much rather you're at home getting your needs met. So we find this dance of learning to say no and letting others say no. And that then we live in a world where we really honour the needs of each person, and we really honour what it is that really works for us, where we're comfortable, we feel safe, and where we actually start to develop the capacity to go, yes, absolutely, I'm 100% in. I hope that's really useful. And I'd like you, if you have any questions, just to send me a little message. And I hope you can put these into practice. Thank you.